Hi everyone, you're watching Good for the Game TV. I'm Brent Graham, and this is a preview of the opening World Cup cricket match that's taking place on Thursday between hosts England and the Proteas. A little bit of a one-sided betting heat. If you have a look at it, England are quite firm favourites. We'll have a look for a bet in just a moment. Before you do anything else, though, if you are new to our channel and you enjoy betting previews in particular, then go down to the bottom of this video, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit the bell to be notified of all of our videos. We do plenty of rugby videos, including our flagship Thursday night program, The Handicap, that's live at 9 o'clock. Do join us for that. And we also have a selective golf and previews of other sports as well. I'm going to head straight into sharing my screen, though, because I want to get straight into the betting. So let's have a look. I'm going on to World Sports Betting's website. Here we have their site. It's www.wsb.co.za. When you get to their site, they do have a shortcut to the match. There's also a general cricket World Cup section where you can have a look at all the long-term bets. You can check out goodforthegame.co.za. We do have a number of previews there. Aside from all of the matches, we have some outright and a long-term betting market previews as well. I'm going to click here on England v South Africa, and let's go to the top and have a look at the betting. We've got 5-10 England. That's a 50% return on your money. And a 33-20, the Proteas here are the underdogs. A tough opening game for them. Scanning down some of the markets, we've got the pre-match handicap, not one of my favorite markets. To win the toss, well, if you're betting on who's going to win the toss, you really do belong in a casino, and perhaps should phone Gamblers Anonymous. Highest first 15 overs score, England here, favourites at 6-10. And if you fancy any batsman or any of the selected batsmen here to score over or under a certain number of runs, you can get on that. None of those markets I'm going to be getting involved with at this stage. I know a lot of people who like top bat and top bowler markets. I prefer going for things like a run spreads in the game if I don't fancy anyone to win the match outright. Here's some bowler matches. That's which bowler gets the most wickets. And a couple of specials. England to score the most sixes and win the game. Certainly looks a lively runner to me there at even money. Just going down, we've got total match sixes. England under 6.5, that's 8-10, and over 6.5 at even money. They do have plenty of big hitters in their side, so I would be leaning towards the overs there. Go down a little bit further, see what else we can find. Total boundaries for each team. We can have, we've already seen the total sixes markets, and I want to get down to the run spreads in just a minute. I'll just stop there to have a look at the top away batsman markets. Quentin de Kock 33-10, Umla 7-2. Umla has run into a little bit of form, much to most of the Proteas fans' relief. Although I am not expecting him to have a good World Cup, and I'd be looking to oppose him if he was in a match bet tomorrow. Faf du Plessis, that's the pick of Chris Sturdy in our preview. He's gone for him at 4-1 to be the top South African batsman. Looking down at some of the other markets, here's where I'm looking. Total runs in the match, over under 576. Fair enough, under 576, you can get quite a big price. We are expecting some really high-scoring games in this World Cup. And while this wicket did give some problems in one of the international warm-up games, they are using a different strip, and the runs are expected to flow. The first bet I like is over 300.5 runs. That's in the first innings score at 4-6. I do fancy that one, but it's not going to be my selected bet because there's a bet I do fancy a little bit better further on. Batsman to score 50 in the match. As I say, plenty of selection here. And total match sixes over 11.5. That's trading at 8-10. I do think we're going to get plenty of boundaries in this tournament. Let's go down. Highest individual score, over or under 110.5. Now, I did note that any century to be scored in the game was trading at around the 6-10 mark. So I think over 110.5 runs at 9-10. I think that's a good bet. It's a 50 over cricket here. We're not talking T20. We're going to have some big scores, and I can see batsmen getting settled and going big. Over 110.5 runs at 9-10. That's my opening pick. If you are placing a bet, well, you do need to log on, but you simply click on the bet, and it will pop up for you. In this case, I have made my screen a bit bigger so that you can see the selection, but you'll see it opens a betting slip here. Obviously, I would have to log on to place that, but you can go to World Sports Betting, wsb.co.za. If you are a new account holder, well, good news for you. They've got a 10,000 Rand opening match deposit. So if you deposit 5,000, they'll match that with 5,000 in bets T's and C's do apply. Please take a look at their website for that. That's it then for our opening World Cup game. We'll be previewing selected games, certainly all of the Proteas matches. And then as we get through the quarterfinals, I'll sometimes be doing it alone. Other times I'll be joined in our YouTube studios, if we can call them that, by other cricketing experts. I certainly don't class myself as a cricketing expert, very much a rugby punter who's going to be getting involved simply because it's the Cricket World Cup. Thanks very much for watching. I'm going to put some useful links below, including the Good for the Game Cricket Forum thread, as well as the World Sports Betting website where you can go and open an account.